George Wells, The Door in the Wall, Told by the People of the Garden, by James Anderson, 2021. Long ago, our garden was made, but we do not know how. All we know is that we have existed for years and years in our never-changing lives. Yet, we are happy all the time. But some time ago, we began wanting to meet new people. We had known each other for years, and the routines each day were always the same. Our ancestors, the ones who created this garden, gave us a door, a green door, a beautiful green door. We didn't know what it does, as we could never open it. But one time, we found a small note by accident, and just by touching it, we learned how to use the green door. However, we still need to read it, or else we would forget the second we would turn away from it. We learned that this green door is a door to another world. We cannot open it to go there, but we can bring it to that other world. A world called the outside world. We had never heard of the outside world, but we decided to open it there anyways. For the first time, our routines and our lives changed. However, the door would only show 2 for 1. We tried to open it several times to the outside world in different locations, thinking that that world can't be that big. Just a few locations guarantee the one would walk through the door. But over time, we learned that their world is vast, and people would walk into it and sometime perish for it. At least, their souls would. In our world, this kind of time passing does not exist. Time here is much different. It's here, but it doesn't go for everything like in that outside world. We thought it must be a wonderful place, as maybe they could understand time. Oh, one thing I forgot to tell you. From that small note that we had found, we learned that somehow we would be notified when the one appeared, and where. We did not understand the first part, when the one would appear, as we have always been here, since our world went into existence. Theirs was also already in existence, so we thought that the one was already there. We were notified, but for some reason we did not know. We just were notified. We didn't even know it popped in our heads, yet then again, we did know. It is very strange how it happened. Unexplainable, ununderstandable. Maybe those in the outside world would understand it. We then decided to open the green door to the outside world, sometime after we were notified. We waited for a while until the door started opening. We saw the one. Or we think it was the one. Behind him, while the door was still open, we saw nothing but our own garden. We greeted him, and he went to play with our little people. When he was taken away by a woman of a book, we wanted him to come back. We were sad that he was leaving. We were unhappy. He, for one, must have brought in these emotions from the outside world, because when our own would go away somewhere else, we would still stay happy, no matter how much we loved the one who was going away. We learned that the outside world may not be as fabulous as it may seem. And again, maybe we like these kinds of feelings, and we would too if we were there, in the outside world. Back to the garden, the woman took him away, led him away, and sat him on a bench. In her lap was a book, and in the end, we cannot remember, and we did not know how, he, the one, disappeared. We cried and cried. Again, these feelings came to us, until we got the thought of opening the door again. So, we did, in a different location each time, where the one was. But the one never came in. We opened it and opened it, but we did keep intervals of time in between the openings, and that's understandable, the meaning of time. But then finally, we got desperate. We had too much sadness in ourselves. We opened the door again and again, and left very small increments of time in between each of the openings. This is when we began to understand time for once. Finally, we began to understand. Also, one more thing I forgot to tell you. When he, for one, was inside the garden, we could feel as if he knew what time meant. Maybe our vague understanding of time and our sadness was the outside world from the one breaking itself into us. But then, when in that desperate time period we opened it the fourth time, our garden was already crumpling, vanishing. Right when the door opened into our garden, the garden was gone. Our souls still exist here, yet we do not know where. They still do exist. We cannot identify this place at all, and we cannot call it anything, not even words such as something or the void. But after our garden was gone, we somehow understood that the one was also gone, no longer in existence. About non-existence, we've also been noticing that some of our souls, they are vanishing. Maybe it's because of the outside world, or it